Good evening, and thank you for participating in our live virtual community meeting today. My name is Kenya Williams with Houston Public Works, and the goal of today's meeting is to keep you informed and know what to expect during construction of the Spellman Detention Basin Project. Prior to commencing, I kindly request that you reserve all questions until the conclusion of our presentation, as many of the inquiries you may have will be addressed during our talk. We now seek your undivided attention. A questions and answers session will follow at the conclusion of our presentation. Here at Houston Public Works, we believe that together we create a strong foundation for Houston to thrive. There are 5 service lines at Houston Public Works, and today's meeting is being presented by Capital Projects. Let me welcome Dee Dee Chavez, who is the phenomenal Chief of Staff for District K. She is here on behalf of Mayor Pro Tem Cassix Tatum to say a few remarks. Dee Dee?
Thank you, Kenya. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Mayor Pro Tem and Councilmember Martha Castex Tatum, your Councilmember of District K, as Kenya stated, I'm Dee Dee Chavez, her Chief of Staff, and it's a pleasure to welcome you all on her behalf. She does send regrets. She had a prior commitment to attend an event this evening prior to this meeting being scheduled, but again, thank you all for taking the time to engage in this long-awaited project, the Spellman Detention Basin Project. We're so thankful to the Houston Public Works Capital Projects team, and also Transportation, Drainage, and Operations, and all departments involved and contractors involved in getting this project going forward. We look forward to your engagement, and I'm sure it'll be mentioned in the presentation. Please engage with this project and you'll get information on how to do that. But again, thank you for taking the time and look forward to, again, this project going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Also here today is the Assistant Director for Capital Projects, Tanu Hiremith. She will introduce the team responsible for this project to you. Tanu?
Thank you, Kenya. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for attending this important meeting. We have a lot of useful information for you on our upcoming project. The design team includes Ismet Ara, Loy Ma, Prakash Lutel, and Ferdinand Gallegos. Morris Riback and Norman Kramer are from Tetra Tech, who are going to be our contractors for this project. And we also have Will, Keith, and Matt from Spirit and Sand Clay LLC working on this project. With that, I hand it back to Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you. So now let's talk about this project, how to prepare for construction, and who to contact. This drainage project provides for the construction of a stormwater detention basin along the Fondren Diversion Channel. This project is part of the Housing and Urban Development Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Funds allocated to the city. This $14.7 million drainage project is scheduled to begin this spring and anticipated to be completed in the spring of 2025. The project schedule will depend on weather conditions. The contractor will work Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. However, extenuating circumstances may require limited work to take place outside the standard hours. The contractor is Spring Sand and Clay LLC, and the project manager is Loy Ma. This project is intended to reduce the risk of future flood losses, including loss of mobility, consistent with disaster relief, long-term recovery, restoration of infrastructure, housing, and economic revitalization priorities established through City Council and HUD approved disaster recovery action plans. Here is an aerial view of the project boundaries. Again, this project will begin in spring of 2024 and be completed by spring of 2025. So what do the seasons mean? Our construction timeline is as follows. Winter constitutes January, February, March. Spring is April, May, June. Summer is July, August, September, and fall is October, November, and December. Again, we will start in spring of 2024 and be completed by spring of 2025. Here is a bird's eye view of a similar project completed by Spirit Sand and Clay LLC, the Dove Meadows Detention Pond. These photos will reflect what to anticipate during construction. You will see a lot of construction trucks going in and out of the project area, transporting the dirt. So please pay attention to all the construction signage that will be in the area for this project. What to anticipate during these construction phases? Our advice is to organize, don't agonize. So if you prepare for construction, the time it takes to complete the project will fly by. The first step to getting organized is to keep your door notification. The door notifications contain pertinent contact information in case you have further questions or concerns. If your dog ate the door hanger, no worries. You can go to the project page online to view the contact information there at engagehouston.org. We encourage you to meet the project team as well. This includes the contractor, the inspectors, and the project managers. Homeowner associations and local business owners are invited to attend the monthly contractor status meeting that will allow them to provide periodic updates to the community. Updates will also be posted to the project page on engagehouston.org, so remember to subscribe and receive the latest and greatest updates as they become available. Please be aware and obey all construction signs and barriers. Safety is priority number one for everyone involved in this project. For your safety and ours, please pay attention to the following safety objects shown here. Now, I have good news and I have better news. The expectation is your utilities, such as water, will not be affected during this project. There is a tree protection plan and a traffic control plan directly on the project page on engagehouston.org. As far as traffic is concerned, again, you will see multiple trucks moving in and out of the area. We encourage you to go to engagehouston.org to view additional project details and to take a closer look at the exhibits shared with you today. The project page includes additional exhibits and traffic control plan and the tree protection plan right at your fingertips. And now a brief demo on how to navigate your way on engagehouston.org.
Welcome to engagehouston.org, your hub for connecting with fellow Houstonians and staying informed about neighborhood transformations. Our user-friendly platform is designed to keep you engaged and informed. Explore our site with ease. Access key project types: drainage, street, wastewater, and water. Join community meetings with a click. Share important updates on social media or through private messages. Project pages. Discover detailed project information, interactive maps, FAQs, and useful widgets on each project page. Subscribe to specific projects for email notifications on updates, access documents, recordings, videos, and team info. Engage with us. For direct communication, use the Engage Us tool after registering. Ask questions and our team will respond promptly. Register now to unlock exclusive tools and features. It's easy. Create a username, answer a few questions, and confirm your email. Get ready to maximize engagehouston.org. Welcome aboard. Welcome to engagehouston.org.
Know the contractor. They are your first point of contact. They are the boots on the ground every day. They are capable to assist you immediately. Remember that Spirit Sand & Clay's contact information will be on your door notification or hanger, and the project page of the frequently asked questions posted on engagehouston.org. Project updates will be posted to the page as they become available, so please subscribe. We encourage you to call 311 if you have a concern. You can report online, email, or yes, there's an app for that. It's not just for problems, though. We always like to hear if our contractors are doing a great job, so please share that with us as well. I want to thank Mayor Pro Tem Castex Tatum and the District K staff for their support today. Thank you to Tanu and her awesome project team for their participation and support. Thanks to the fabulous public engagement team for making this meeting possible today. And finally, to all of you who have joined us to receive this important project information. Thank you for your time and attention. And remember to share what you heard today with your friends and neighbors. Remember to visit engagehouston.org if you have any questions, comments, or to view project updates. And now it's Q&A time. Being present today has its benefits because you will get your questions answered in real time by the fantastic project team. Take advantage now and ask away. The project team is here to answer your questions. At this time, I would like to introduce Ryan Prillman with the public engagement team, who will moderate the Q&A session for us today. Take it away, Ryan.
Thanks, Kenya. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ryan Perlman with the Capital Projects Public Engagement Team, and welcome to the Q&A session of this virtual community meeting regarding the Spellman Detention Basin Project. This is your chance to connect with us and ask questions and share your thoughts regarding this exciting project. We value your input and look forward to your feedback. To submit your questions, please follow the easy steps on your screen. Click the Q&A icon located on the right side. It's the bubble with the question mark. Type your question in the text box and hit send. You can choose to ask your question anonymously if you prefer, but we encourage you to include your name and email address if you have questions, especially if they require further research. While we're awaiting your questions, remember that this is just the start of our Q&A process. If you have more questions or comments after tonight's meeting, please visit us on engagehouston.org. Go to the project page, and at the bottom, you can submit your questions or comments. We're committed to following up with you. Also, the materials presented in tonight's meeting are available on our website for your reference. So, let's dive into your questions. All right, so we have a question that says the presentation did not show the project scope. Please summarize. Can someone summarize the project scope, please?
Sure, Ryan. So the scope of this project is for constructions of detention basin. The detention basin will be sized for about 198 acre-foot for retaining volume before reaching to Braze Bayou, and it will have 18 to 20 feet deep, and the slope is about 3-to-1 slope, along with 20 feet maintenance road around it. And roughly contracted by the time we complete the project, roughly contractor will excavate for about 281,000 cubic yards of dirt. Thank you.
Thanks, Prakash. All right, we have another question. The same individual, C. Chapman. After the construction is completed, will Houston or Harris County Flood Control District operate the facility?
That's correct. We have been already in discussion with Harris County Flood Control. Once City of Houston complete the constructions, there is 1 year warranty period. Within that 1 year warranty period, we'll we'll have interlocal agreement with Harris County Flood Control for them to maintain and operate the basin. Thank you.
Thanks, Prakash. All right. Let's see. We had a question that came in right before the meeting on the Engage website. I wanted to ask you guys. They asked, what are the plans for the portion of the detention basin that is on the east side of the project that backs up to the homes along Bellbrook Drive? The other part to this question is, will there be a walking trail?
So let me answer to the first question. We will have a bigger detention basin, and I believe you are talking about a smaller detention is like a back slope interceptor between the houses, the fence of the fence of those residential homes and the top of the berm of basin. There is about 30 feet setback. So within that 30 feet, 20 feet is for maintenance berm for Harris County flood control. And then 10 feet is where small swells are. Okay, so we will have interceptor, basically inlets in there and connected to the basin. So the objective of that is to capture runoff coming from the right of way towards our basin and transfer or route that towards the basin. That's the first answer to the first question. And what was your second question, Ryan?
Are there any plans for walking trails?
Harris County Flood Control does not want to see a walking trail over there. Rather, they asked us to put a maintenance berm. That's what that 20 feet is for. There will not be walking trail within this Spellman Basin, but on the west side of the basin, there is already Harris County Precinct 1's trail in there.
Okay, another question just came in. Is the city working with partners to plant trees such as Harris County?
City, as you know, that we are excavating for the detention basin, so a lot of trees will go, but we are also going to preserve the trees that we could behind that behind the maintenance berm. There will be about 10 feet between the fence and the maintenance berm. So we'll try to preserve those as much as we could.
Thanks, Prakash. All right. Let's see. Okay, so this question, will fencing be installed around the project?
No, fencing will not be installed. Harris County Flood Control, again, does not want fence around their basin. Thank you.
And is that going to be the same during the project construction? Is there planning to have like fencing around the project, around the construction site, and then when it's complete, the fencing is removed, or no fencing at all?
I think there could be some construction fence during construction. That's totally different than the fence after the construction, right? So there will be some during construction from contractor, like you saw presentation earlier, like a orange color fence, something like that, right? But we are not planning to have fence that you currently see on site. It's like black chain link fence that won't be there anymore.
So
Thank
Ryan,
you.
just to add to that, it's going to be temporary fencing for construction purpose only.
All right, thank you for that. Precautions anew. All right, I got another question. There are trees behind my property on the detention basin property that overhang my property. Will they need to be cut back? Will you do the trimming? Let me repeat that. There are trees behind my property on the detention basin property that overhang my property and they need to be cut back, will you do the trimming? Can anybody answer that one?
Well, we will look into that. This is a specific one, but our project does not call for trimming those trees. But what I mean to say is, if this tree has to go away, then probably that solves his issue there. But we will look into this specific issue during construction.
Okay. And I got one last question here. Will there be a barrier to prevent illegal dumping? I know it's been some, I've heard some issues about illegal dumping in the area. So that's the question. Will there be a barrier to prevent illegal dumping?
Yeah, you're right, Ryan. That's a major issue on that area. Even though Houston Public Works went several times to clean it up, and then we get a call saying there are illegal dumpings. Contractor will be on site every day. So I do not, again, I won't say that, but contractor will be there with their some people personally working in there. So I expect there will be no illegal dumping, but if there are, then we can ask contractor to remove those. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you. All right. I got one more question. How do you determine what trees will be cut down?
All right, that's a good question. So our plan already called for our layout in there. So anything within the basin from the top of the berm to the bottom, plus the maintenance berm, right? So those areas, trees will be removed. It's been already called out on our design plan. There is again distance for about additional 10 feet from the maintenance berm to the fence. We'll try to preserve those trees. Thank you.
Thank you, Prakash. All right. Well, last call for questions. Anybody got another question? It's been a very productive meeting thus far, as the question and answers.
I have a
Okay.
question. I have a question.
Yes.
This is Dee Dee Chavis with Mayor Pro Tem Castex Tatum's office. You mentioned about the progress meetings. How will the public know about those, or if they are interested in participating? Or is that an option?
Typically, in our construction progress meetings, Didi, we send a notification to the HOA. It's included for any representative to attend if they would like to get a progress update on the construction progress meetings. Again, these meetings are kind of like a technical progress meetings, and they last very long. They talk about construction's means and methods, materials. While they're welcome to attend that, a most productive way to get updates would be the Engage Houston website, where we post progress frequently. But typically, if there's HOA, we send notification to them. If it's a civic club, we send notification to them, just letting them know that if they want to have a representative in our meeting, they're welcome to attend.
All right, thank you.
Right, thank you. All right, and Prakash, can you answer this question? Who's going to maintain the trees that remain?
Sure. So that will be discussed more detail on our interlocal agreement between City of Houston and Harris County flood control. So that will be spelled out, but at this time, I think it will be Harris County flood control.
Thank you. All right, and so the Westbury Civic Club will be notified. We usually make sure that this is a question that came in. Is the Westbury Civic Club going to be notified? Yes, we'll make sure that they are notified. right? And when exactly will construction begin? Construction is slated to start in the spring of 2024. So it's coming up pretty soon. That's why we're having this this virtual community meeting, because the construction will begin very soon. All right. Well, thank you, guys.
Ryan, I'm sorry. It's Dee Dee again. I have another question.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And I think I know the answer, but I'll state it. Will this meeting be available for our residents to view, in the future, just, for informational purposes?
I'm sorry, Dee Dee, was that for me to answer?
We can answer that, right? Ryan
Okay.
or myself, Dee Dee. Yes, the recording of this meeting will be posted to the project page within 24 hours. So you'll see it on engagehouston.org, so people can refer to the meeting.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Project team, do we have a more specific date for construction to begin?
Sure, Kenya. We have issued notice to proceed to contractor from April 8th. So that's when a contractor is officially started, but they may need a week or 2 weeks, not sure how long, but they may need few weeks for the resource to get together and bring over there on site. So
typically, sorry,
Go ahead,
Prakash,
Kenya.
continue.
Okay.
Typically, when we issue a notice to proceed, they have about 30 days to mobilize. So within that 30 days, the contractor typically starts mobilizing. In this case, we do have some utility relocation, so we need to work out how that works.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that concludes the question and answer session for today. On behalf of Houston Public Works, I'd like to give a big thank you to Mayor Pro Tem Martha Castex Tatum and Dee Dee Chavis and the entire District K staff. I'd like to thank the project team, the public engagement team, and all of our constituents and stakeholders for joining us tonight. Let's continue this dialogue about this project on engagehouston.org. We look forward to hearing from you. So until next time, have a wonderful night. Thank you.